Hi guys, so I know it's a few days past Halloween, but this is the soonest I could get this video up, so it is what it is. So today we are going to be a vampire or a vampiress, whichever you prefer. The first thing to being a vampire is to look as pale as unhumanly possible. So I'm using the lightest foundation I have, which is matching my skin, which makes me very, very sad because I'm nearly clear. So anyways, you want to get nice and full coverage so that you just look very pale and glowy almost. Now I'm going to pretty much redefine my brows to make them look a little eviler, a little more villain-like, and so I'm going to start by taking this Milani wax pencil and kind of gluing them down, and then taking a black gel liner because I thought black is just definitely more evil looking than brown. And start to carve out my brows, and I want them a little more pointed and fierce and sharp. I decided I wasn't pale enough, if that's even possible, but I want it to be a little paler, so I put some white face paint on and then just blended that in with a beauty blender. You could put this in with your foundation if you wanted, because this is a little harder to blend out, and I feel like that would be an easier way to go. But now I am fiercely white. So I practiced on one eye because I was just kind of going with this. I didn't have a game plan, so that's why that eye's done. So now I'm recreating on the other eye, and the first thing I do is take a shadow crayon, and the darkest one I had was a dark brown. And I'm just going to start packing this all over the eyelid and a little bit underneath to look like I have raccoon eyes, and you can start to slowly blend it out. But it really doesn't matter because we're going to use shadows, and also you don't really want this to look too perfect because I don't think vampires have time to blend. They're just too busy eating flesh. So put a black on, start packing that on all over, and then take a deeper burgundy purplish brown and start blending out the lines to look very sunken in and hollowed and just like you haven't slept in ages, because you probably haven't if you're a vampire. And then I'm going to take red and I'm going to go around that to just kind of add a little bit of color to my face. And then just taking a clean blending brush and blending everything out and getting it to where you like. If you want it really blended and gradient, do that. If you want it messy and sloppy, do that. Whatever you feel like. And I'm just taking that same purplish color and I'm starting to hollow out areas of my nose, and I took black and I kind of hollowed out my nostrils a little bit to just look a little more sunken in and dead-like. And then I'm going to take some burgundy and red pencils and start making little veins under my eyes. This is just pretty much going and doing little zigzaggy cross lines to mimic veins coming down to just make yourself look very bloodthirsty and tired and just decaying and just the grossest kind of adjectives I can give you right now. That's what you want to look like. So continue making these, and then I'm going to take a red and I'm going to kind of make shadows that are surrounding the previous veins I made, as well as adding some new ones to look more infected and vibrant. And then I'm going to take a clean eyeliner pencil and just start kind of blending things and pulling it down so that the veins towards the bottom are a little sharper and more pointed, because my pencils were not that sharp, and it's hard because that area around your eye really tugs and it's just hard to get a clean line. So this helps with that. And then I'm going to take a brush and just kind of blend because I just don't want anything too blunt or too harsh. Then at the end I'm going to take a pencil brush or a liner brush and some black shadow and outline a few of them to make them look like a little more decrepit and decaying and just a little more deadly. And then do some final blending, whatever you gotta do to make it how you want it. Now, more of that dark plum color to hollow up my nose because I want to look very sick and unhealthy. I'm going to tightline my eyes with some black. I want it to look very dark nearest my eyeballs, so I'm going to add a little mascara as well, just to make everything very black and neutralized. Now we're going to hollow up my face to make me look very just sickly, so I'm taking some gray and plum eyeshadow and start to hollow up my cheeks. The reason I'm going down is so that my face looks sunken in. This is not what you would want to do when contouring because, as you can see, this does not look cute or healthy, which is the opposite of what I'm going for. So you just want to keep blending and hollowing it out until you're happy with how disgusting you look. Hit the forehead and your temples to make those look very hollowed as well. And now time for the lips. So I'm going to use some red to start lining them because, of course, what vampiress does not rock a red lip? Really? And I don't know how lipstick does not get messed up while eating the flesh of human beings, but every vampire I've ever seen is rocking a sick lip. So then I'm going to take some dark plum burgundy color and outline it because I wanted kind of like a deep ombre lip. And then I'm keeping the darker colors closest to the outside of my lips and the brightest on the center. Then I'm going to take some black. You can skip this if you want, but I wanted it a little darker. And just outlining the same areas. And then I'm going to take a dark like burgundy lip gloss and red and put that right in the middle so it looks very pouty and like I've been busy sucking blood. And I'm going to kind of bruise out or hollow out my chin a little bit just to make it look like I've been going ham on some human flesh. I would assume that bone is hard to get through, so I'm sure you just beat that jaw up real hard. And then I felt like my forehead was looking very big, white, and bare, so I'm going to make some frown lines. Don't frown too hard. It looks like I'm about to break the mirror in front of me. And then I'm just going to blend that out so that I look a little angrier because vampires are angry. At least I would be angry all day if all I got to eat was human flesh. So now we're going to work on the jaw. I'm going to add some of those same veins just to give a little more dimension and a little just more character to the jaw. So it looks like it's just very full of red veins, black blood, all that. So just keep making those same little zigzag lines. You can make them a little bigger, a little more vibrant and defined because it's going to kind of look like blood too after we're done. And then I'm just taking some more purple or red and just blending and just making everything very messy. And then I'm taking this black and going through and defining a few more of those lines once again to look like it's kind of decaying. And then we're going to add blood. This blood has been sitting in my cabinet for like 4 years, so that's good. But just add that all over the mouth, down the chin to look like you've been eating some peeps. And I just kind of winged it out by the sides of my mouth to look like some sharp smile lines because I just think that looks a lot more evil. You're smiling with the blood of human beings that you've eaten. Now I'm adding some translucent setting powder because I was beginning to look oily, and I don't think that vampires should look oily. They should look very matte and lifeless. So you would want to probably do this after foundation before you do the eyes and everything, but it's just what I had to do. So the final step would just be to mess the crap out of your hair because vampires also probably don't take much time to shower or brush their hair. So I'm just taking a back comb, some teasing spray, and just going to town on that hair. And after that, you are all set. Just put on some vampirish jewelry, and you are free to roam the streets and suck the flesh and blood of any ex-boyfriend that has wronged you. Good luck, guys, and happy Halloween.